Alright guys, so I want to come out here before I go inside and get a shower and get all tucked away and warm and shit like that. And I wanted to give y'all, this is the last update on this lawnmower before the Craftsman's here, before we stick the fucking engine in it and I get this motherfucker running. So, Dave's seen it, guys, and he is ecstatic. So, that's a plus. Give y'all a complete fucking walk around. Obviously, we've got the flat black paint. Obviously, we have the flat black paint on the deck, roll cage, and the front brush guard. Gloss black on the fucking rims. We didn't get that tire fixed. Probably pick up a damn tube for it tomorrow. Or just take the tire off the goddamn Craftsman and throw it with some fix-a-flat. Got a gnarly ass end. Them mud flaps. That hitch. All black. All black. Got that cup holder. Underneath the steering wheel, we got our cigarette holder, and right on the dash, we got our dash light. Flip it around and it's a spotlight. What a gnarly motherfucker. On the brush guard, we've got our side pieces. Now, the reason I did not install them, for those of you that are watching my videos today, I gotta have room to get in there with that engine, so I'm gonna need that area. But I will install those tomorrow. Little chain in there, bullhorn, nose ring, whatever you want to call it. Got our fuel cell mounted in place. Looking good, son. She really is a mean machine. Give y'all one more walk around of the ass end. Like I said, guys, last update before the engine's in it. Now, let me go ahead and tell y'all. Let me give you. Yeah. Okay. Now, for those of you that constantly watch my channel, I'm going to let you know what is going to happen tomorrow after the engine is in place, running, and it's driving. Right here, from bar to bar, I'm going to put a plate of steel. We're going to also paint that black. That's carrying shit, or if I decide to put a battery there, or for whatever the purpose, it just looks cool. So there will be a piece of steel flooring right there. Alright, now the hood is going to be fabricated, cutted, and it's going to go right along the edge. It ain't going to protrude any, and it's going to come up to here. Go straight across, and that's where it's going to stop. It's going to cover this whole area up to here. From here on, there's going to be a piece of steel, which will be made out of the Craftsman hood. It's going to be fabricated to come up over this lip and set right under here. I'll obviously cut this piece out, so it just sets right there. That little locking mechanism that I showed you is going to be on either side, whichever side I prefer. The hinge that I showed you guys is going to go directly in the center. Then that battery box that I showed you guys is going to get mounted upside down right in the center, and it's all going to be painted flat black. Now, once that's done, I'm going to install our pipe, our secondary pipe, along with our cross channel flare, whatever you want to call that, as well as our new ignition switch, solenoid, motor, Gonna hook up the drive system, drive belt pulleys and whatnot. Throw a new front tire on there, color match the rim. Might use a couple of the body pieces off of the lawnmower to make our fender wells. Big possibility. Don't take it for what it is, because I might not even do that. But it's a huge possibility. As well as the back ass end of this lawnmower might be used to make a rack in the back. I don't know. As well as I might use the frame and the rear end off of that Craftsman to make a home-built matching trailer for this lawnmower. I do not know. Like I told you guys, I really do plan on just using the Craftsman to build a mud machine out of, which is probably what we're going to do. But for now, we're going to use whatever we possibly can off of that Craftsman to make this snapper the biggest, gnarliest, just the meanest, toolest looking lawnmower around this neighborhood. So, when I get done with using the parts off the Craftsman, there might not be nothing but a fucking frame and a rear axle left on it. I don't know. Whatever I decide to use, the seat off the Craftsman is going on the snapper. Why? Just because that's unacceptable. Yeah, guys, it does say snapper and the seat's not in bad condition, but it's been dried so much it ain't gonna fit back in place, and I don't feel like hassling with it. So that's what we're gonna do. As far as anything else goes, guys, really we're at the point to throw the fucking engine there, hook up the belts, see what she's gonna do. Well, if I do have any problems with it, obviously we'll tinker with it, but other than that, the only way we're going to buy the Craftsman is if it runs like the guy says. Hook some cables up to it and start it up. Boom, if it fires up and drives, or if it just fires up, we're buying it. Hauling it back to the house. If I get back and give y'all a video that we do not have a mower, that's because that mower was a piece of shit and it didn't run like the guy said. If I show up showing you a video of a new lawn tractor, then you can guarantee that it's got a running, operating engine that is going in this lawnmower. So, like I said, if I show up with a lawnmower, we're going to drive this one the same day I show you the new lawnmower. If I don't, then I'll give you an update when we get one. Other than that, if I don't get one, this will just be sitting in the shop until I do. If I do get one, this is not going back in the shop. Well, it might. Take my word for that. The reason she's sitting out here right now is to get it out from underneath the shop, because the Craftsman is going underneath the shop. Or it might get parked in front of this while I do the engine swap, so I have some room. And once the engine's in here, then we'll fire it up. Well, once the engine's in here, we'll put the drop belt on it, fire it up, and drive this little hot rod around the yard. And once this is driving around, backing up, reverse drive, first through fifth, whatever. Once it's driving around the yard, reverse and drive, and we got neutral, then we're going to shut it off, drop the deck, hook up the belts to the deck, hook up the engage, blade engage. Then we're going to fire it back up, idle her up real high to full potential, set the deck on 3, engage the blades, and we're going to mow. Y'all have a video of that as well. Once it's running, driving, and mowing, it ain't getting parked there anymore. It's going to get parked on the other side of the shop, and the Craftsman's going to be parked under there, because then we're going to start working on it. But as well as at the same time, I am not going to be having my main focus on the Craftsman. That is not going to happen. My main focus will now be the trailer. Once this Craftsman is done, which obviously has been my main focus, mainly because I've got to get 4 new hub bearings for the hubs, and I've got to get 2 new tires. that's why the trailer's been on hold. I don't have the money for that. But the 10th, we're buying the car, so I'm not going to have the money then either. But the following week, I should have the money. And you never know, I could stumble on some money tomorrow and have this shit. But obviously, money is the reason I'm not concerned with the trailer right now. That's why it's still setting the same way it was weeks ago. And my main focus has been on this snapper mower, which, pray to God, she'll be running tomorrow. I hope everything goes right with that new mower. If everything goes right with that new mower, she'll be cutting grass tomorrow, or at least driving around the yard. Now, as I was saying, once the snapper is done, I'm parking it over there. Okay? Once the snapper is done, I'm parking it over there, and I'm throwing the Craftsman in the shop, and the car is not going to be parked there. Okay, I'm actually going to drive the car right up here. Well, why are you doing that, Preston? Well, it's either drive it there, or turn this trailer, turn the tongue that way, and pull the car in here. That could also work. Which I might end up doing that anyhow. I might just pull the car all the way around and point the nose right there. That's probably what I'll do. That's a better idea. Then keeping it off balance here, to have perfectly level ground over there, we'll turn the tongue that way on the trailer and pull the fucking car in that way. We'll be set to go on that. So the snapper will be parked over there when it's done. Then we'll keep our main focus on the trailer and the car, and periodically I'll give you an update of new shit going on with the Craftsman. Really, all I'm going to be focusing on, you know, obviously until we get our own place with the Craftsman, is sanding down the frame, repainting the frame, checking the transaxle, making sure it's fixed, getting new tires on it, painting the transaxle. Might go as far as to get a new engine for it, I don't know, but that's probably not going to happen because I'm not going to buy a fucking 14, 15 horse. Not for that lawnmower. If I'm going to build one, it's going to have a 26.5 twin cylinder or bigger. So I mean, but it won't have a deck on it, so we'll have a shit ton more power. So really, it's just going to be built to where it can roll up on the trailer when it's done. So that way, when we get in our own place, we'll just set up shop over there and work on it over there. So really, I'm just letting y'all guys know, once the snapper's done, it's getting parked over there. Craftsman's going in the shop. We'll do little shit to the Craftsman periodically, but our main focus will be on the car and the trailer after this snapper's done. Alright guys, you don't forget to like and subscribe. Y'all get an update tomorrow. Say goodnight to the beautiful... Oh my god, I don't even want to leave it out here. It's so pretty. Say goodnight to the snapper. And as far as I'm concerned, it is no longer a snapper. But good night, y'all.